contestant on The Price is Right.
By the way, guys, I was on The Price is Right.
Here you go.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
I was on The Price is Right way back in the Stone Ages.
Oh, wow.
In 1979. This is a true funny story. You know, we're waiting in line in LA, long line, and a producer comes up and down. And by the way, this is an ad-lib story. So the producer comes up and down, and they go asking everybody, and my last name's Corey. So they say, Carrie, come on down. So me and my brother, we start to get up. They said, Carrie? And then sure enough, it was Carrie, a girl, who sits 2 lanes in front of us. So anyways, my name is Albert. Hold on, let me get this. Do we see this? All right, no, okay. Sorry. Inventing real quick. And there's a clicker somewhere. Anyways, my name is, first of all, give Ori a hand of applause. Ori! Anyways, yeah, this is always the last minute, and I tend to do stuff the last minute. Anyways, my name is Albert Corey from Hialeah, Florida. And today we're going to talk about how perception, how it can take your business to the next level.
Moment, I'm going to introduce you to an incredibly special person. This individual has a system that will use the IRS to increase your bottom line. Not just in Florida, but all over the USA. In fact, during his current U.S. tour that has included such cities as New York, Chicago, and LA, Albert Corey is a nationally known tax advisor. He has developed the IRS will increase your bottom line system. With over 35,000 filed, he has clients in every corner of America. Early in his life, he had his mom do his return and had to pay the government. Albert then went on a mission that no one should pay the IRS. He would later go on to discover what would be known as the IRS Increase Your Bottom Line system, propelled by his desire for his clients to save on their tax returns. He quickly became recognized for taking on the most difficult cases, the ones no accountant would ever touch. And to many people's surprise, he was able to achieve miraculous results in a very short time with the IRS will increase your bottom line system. Albert Corey is a true beacon in the tax professional community. Albert is here today to share some powerful information that will assist you in saving and making money in your accounting needs. His talk today could possibly be your jumpstart in keeping more money in your pocket. If you permit it, we are incredibly fortunate to have him today.
Thank you, guys. Well, here is my presentation, Perception, how it can take you business to your next level. Okay, first we said hi to Ori. Let me tell you my story. This is my office in Hialeah, Florida. It's a big office. We got 1,600 square feet. But when I started way back in the Stone Ages, it wasn't this big. You know, I was picked on, I was bullied. How many of you can relate? You were the last picked in line. Really didn't have a lot of friends. So that's how I said, you know, I'm going to start the perception system. You know, now I only work 90, actually, I should change it. I only have 265 days off that I pretty much say, or I will tell you, she calls me, what, 3 or 4 days ago, goes, oh, will you come? And I go, okay, put a sign on my door, and, you know, it's not long, it's after May 1st, I come and I go. Right, I went to your event, right, Nancy? How long did you tell me? She told me the same day, and I left. That's pretty cool, but, you know, we put my time in. Well, anyways, I was born in Pittsfield, Massachusetts in 1960. Oops, wrong slide here. Born in Pittsfield, moved to Miami Springs, Florida in 1970, where we still live there. When I graduated from the University of South Florida in 1982, my main job, I said, man, I'm going to go work in downtown Miami. You know, big, tall building, tallest building looking over Key Biscayne, Florida, and seeing all the cruise ships. How many would like living up on that top building? Say, oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wrong, it didn't happen, okay? 2 months in, 3 months in, clicker work?
Yeah.
All right, 3 months in, you know, I couldn't get a job. My parents got their dream in 1970. Whoops, this is going crazy here. It's okay. My parents got their dream in 1970 when they bought the Breezeway Motel. It was a 10-year little motel that they bought. So one day, I'm sitting at home. By the way, how many, do you mind colorful language? All right. So anyways, I'm didn't have a job, and my father comes knocking on the door at 6:30 in the morning. Knock, knock, knock. Albert, get your ass up. I say, Dad, why? What's the problem? Well, the maid's going to come into work, and we need to go there and help clean the rooms. So, but Dad, I'm a college graduate. He goes, I don't give a, you know what the word was next? Get up. So I had to start cleaning rooms. Nice, from college graduate to cleaning motel rooms. So then, a few weeks later, my mom comes home with a bunch of papers, and she tells me, guess what? You have papers to sign. For what? You got to pay money to the government. I said, Mom, I don't work. She said, yeah, you do. The IRS said everybody's got to pay taxes. So now that was now my next dream to pay the IRS. Why did I have to pay? So a few weeks later, I saw an ad for H&R Block, and I started taking the class. Well, my thing is going crazy, but it's okay. So anyways, I started taking the class, and while I was sitting there, I took the class, passed, and I started working at a Sears store that's now closed. So while I'm sitting there, I started working at H&R Block, and then somebody comes to the window and says, hi, will you come to my house and go do my tax return? And the manager says, sure, no problem, $500. I'm saying to myself, in my brain, $500? You only pay me $4 an hour. Something is wrong. So I said, okay. After the shift, I get in my car, I go racing home, and I tell my dad, Pops, Joe Corey. I say, Pops, guess what? We're going to be rich. We're going to do tax returns. Guess what Dad tells me? How many of you can tell me what Dad's going to say? No. Yes, but he said it in Arabic. He says, who in the F? And he uses the other words. We're a family show being broadcasted on Facebook. Hi, everybody on Facebook. And he tells me the F word. You're not a CPA. Nobody's going to come to you. You don't know nobody. I said, okay. So then, about a half hour later, I tell myself, yeah, you're right. Nobody's going to come to me, but somebody's going to go to Corey and Associates. Well, that was my first aha moment, and that's how the perception system started. So that's how we started. So now, after that, we're there. So now you have to have the mindset. You see, you first have to have the mindset that I want to be the best of the best. You have to say that you want to be the biggest and baddest person on the planet. So now, here's how I figured this out. I want everybody to tell themselves what industry or person is the biggest person in your industry. Everybody got that in their mind? Right now, the next thing you want you to do is you got to think you're the CEO of that person. Right? You all got that together. Now you have to think and act like your biggest person in that planet. Okay? So now, once you're the CEO, you must say you never have to think small. Because once you play small ball, guys, you're not going to make the decisions to get to the top. It might be step by step, but you're going to get there. And second of all, never go home. We always got to be the biggest. You always got to think you're the biggest in the planet. It might take plenty of steps to get there, but you always got to keep swinging and going forward. So now, are you all in? That's the next thing. You got to do, by the way, you guys are all in because you're showing up here, but you got to be all in. You have to do the webinars. You have to go to the seminars. Trust me. I've been to so many webinars and so many seminars, how to do stuff, doing Facebook Live. I pretty much learned whatever you have to take. Now, let me tell you this funny story about all you're all in. A few years back, I got a customer who has this awesome invention. And he's got a pretty big job, or so-so job. So I asked him, I'm going to call him Bob. Hey, Bob, how's the invention doing? He tells me, Mom, I got my kids, I got to take them to dance, my wife's a nurse, I don't have time, so I can't do nothing. I said to myself, okay, and by the way, I didn't tell you, this was Super Bowl Sunday. And then I asked him, are you going to watch the Super Bowl? He goes, hell yeah! I'm going to have a barbecue, we're going to get drunk, the pregame, the postgame, the whole 9 yards. And I myself, dude, if his dream was so big, okay, you wouldn't be doing any of that, right? You would just tell everybody, no, go lock yourself in the room, and there's your hours. How do you watch too much Netflix? The average American probably watches 30 hours of TV a week, Netflix. Well, guess what, guys? Cut some of that in half, and guess what? You're not going to deny your family, you're not going to deny your business, and your dream might come true. Isn't that an amazing concept? Now, you must never have doubt in whatever you're doing, because once you start to have doubt, you're going to get lazy. How many times do you get lazy, and you're not going to do the work, and then you're going to procrastinate, and it's not going to happen. See, I've never had doubt, because I've been knocked back, done everything, but everybody who ever knows me and sees me, I keep trying to figure out what's the next step. Because I always think I'm H&R Block, and I'm going to put them out of business. Sorry, some people say you're not supposed to say that. But I think, I'm going to be the biggest, so you got to be the biggest. Now, one of the first things you have to do is you have to have a corporation. Corporations are probably the most first and might be one of the most important steps in this type of business. Why is it important? Because first of all, if two things are equal, you're not a corporation, a sole proprietor, and your corporation, most of the time, you're going to lose out to the people who have the corporation. Because people like the big companies. All right? The second thing you want to do is it's easier to market. If you try to market like Albert Corey tax dude, they're going to go, who? But Corey and Associates, we got logos, we got websites. You start to brand yourself. That's why they know me as the tax guy. They don't know me as Albert Corey. Everybody knows me as the tax guy. And, so you got to start branding yourself. Another reason why you want to brand yourself is, your company can live on forever. Like Ford Motor Company and Walmart. How many years did Ford die? Who had the Model T? Henry Ford? That dude's been dead for a long, long time, correct? The name goes on. Walmart, the guy's been dead, and Walmart goes on. Another thing is, it's going to be easier to sell your company. Okay, let me tell you something. So many times, companies get sold, and guess what? You wouldn't even know on some of the businesses, if they do the business right, you don't know that they sold it. I can tell you, there's a neighbor next to me who's got a Spanish restaurant. I've been at my store about 12, 14 years, and you wouldn't even know that the restaurant sold. The manager stays, the ownership might stay the same, the marquee stays the same, but the regular public doesn't know the difference. And another reason why you might want to have a corporation is to franchise. You know what franchise is in? Franchise says, you already invented the wheel, or you already have the blueprint. So somebody's going to go buy your name, and just go take it someplace else. That's probably one of the biggest things out there. This thing is going crazy, but it's okay. So that's why you franchise. So now you can sell up. There's all kinds of franchises. Affiliate marketing is a franchise. So now you can go and sell the name and sell the idea. There's plenty of franchises shows that you can go to. Business cards. Business cards, guys, I don't know if I was talking to some of you, it's the easiest form to make money. You just got to have a clean and nice card. And guess what? It's probably one of the easiest ways to talk to people. I can tell you that, like on my business cards, you always got to have, it's got to be clean, but I always say you always have to have a question on the back of the card. My card says 5 reasons to open up a corporation. And guys, you know how much money I made? Just on this one customer, I made over $2,000. It won't sound like a lot, well, when your average ticket's only like $95, and that was like 5 years ago, and the people keep coming and coming. And how that story goes is the guy comes in, my car gets hit, and he's an adjuster for a car company. And he comes in, I give him my business card. He looks on the back, what do you do, what do you do? He goes, oh, I have a corporation. Do I need a corporation? Because he was getting 1099s for himself. Would a corporation help me? And I said, yeah. Well, that was like his set family, everybody now comes to me. They moved to Georgia, and they still come to me. Another thing about business cards is don't clutter them up. What I would tell some people on business cards is don't put logos behind it. Let me tell you a funny story when I was in Vegas. When I was on the way to my last trip on Vegas, a true story happened. So I go up there, I'm in line, and the guy I give him my card, how do you do, blah, blah, blah. And then I give him my card, and he doesn't have a card. And I said, why? So then he tells me, well, millennials don't like them. People throw them away. It's going to go on the floor. They're going to rip them up. And I tell myself, okay. And then I realized, well, he never met my wife, Bahia Corey. Well, Bahia Corey has a stack of 1,000 cards in my house. Bahia Corey, sorry, honey, if you're watching this, but, she's not a tech person, but she's got her stack of cards, and guess what? Every time she needs something, what does she do? She goes through her cards, and then guess what? She's going to find somebody. So you make cards. And by the way, while I'm sitting here today, I'm sure how many of you guys are online marketers, and you're going to say, well, I don't need a card. Nobody's going to, but guess what, guys? If you go to events, maybe you do something that they're going to start talking to you. Cards is a way to get people to talk to you. Now this next. Okay, and make sure your card is not cluttered. Guys, I know I'm a tax office, and I see so many clients come into my office. And another thing that's funny, guys, on the business cards, don't make it cluttered. If you put so much stuff on your card, even if I have that card in my closet, in my stack, I don't know what you have. Make it clean. Try to only have one thing. And I go and learn stuff when I was on one of my trips. Just have on your card, what is the most important thing in your business? And the second thing, somebody told me at the event today, this thing is going crazy, but it's okay. Well, what do I put on the back of my card? And I say, dude, what's the number one question everybody asks you? And that's what you put. Because that's what they're going to ask you. Now you can start talking to them. Always use two sides of a card. Another thing is, how many of you feel you got $1 billion business? Say aye.
Aye.
I don't hear anybody. You must have a 10-cent business. All right? So if you got $1 billion brand, the dumbest thing I see in my life, guys, y'all use Vista. Guys, you're $1 billion brand. You don't see $1 billion brands using Vista $10 cards with only one side. Come on. Really, if you like to make money, and I don't know if anybody likes to make money, but I like to make money. So maybe this card can get you money. At a last event I went to, and the lady's selling water coolers, and I think they're like $1,000 water, and she's got a Vista card. I'm saying to myself, she doesn't tell me it's Vista, but like, dude, I see thousands of cards a year in my office, so I know Vista. And they go, how come you don't have anything in the back? She tells me, well, somebody might have to put notes. And I say, dude, if the person turns the card over, you're not going to have to worry about if there's any notes. Google. Google is my best friend, guys. Raise your hand when you search for something that you use Google, right? Say aye. Aye. Guess what? I make thousands of dollars off of Google. If you take your phone out now and you Google Highly Accountant, you're going to see me. That is my beautiful listing. All right? Why is this important even for online marketers? Because this is real social proof. All right? You need the social proof to make money. Sure enough, you have online marketers, You all get those testimonials. But I bet you somebody in this world could just happen to say, oh, hey, get Mom or Bob, and you can put Billy Bob said an awesome event. Guess what, guys? You can't fake Google and you can't fake Yelp. So I would tell everybody who's doing online marketing to go set up a Google account. What else is pretty cool about Google accounts that nobody doesn't realize? It's free. How many of you like to make money on free marketing? Raise your hand.
Yeah.
Thank you. Cha-ching. And second of all, look, it's got the blue link. So if you want people to call you to get free, you put your email, and guess what? Free. Like that word free. And I made a lot of money. Just by the way, you can see click and you get my office. Now, there's Google. Easiest way. How much time? Am I okay? Am I going too fast or slow? 6 minutes? All right, then I'll speed this up here. Email. How many of you guys email? Another crazy thing. You're trying to sell a huge, what's the average ticket here? Your probably average ticket here for you guys is maybe the low end is $500. I don't know anybody going to offer this kind of business for $500. Then why are you using Gmail? Dude, I have realtors who come into my office using AOL, Gmail, and AOL. You got $1 billion brand. Easy way to market it. And by the way, making an easy email, mine is, I bet you how many can figure out what I do? It's 1040w2.com. Albert asks, what do I sell? I give you my email. Oh, I know you do income tax. Can you help me? Sure. Make sure you use autoresponders and signature emails. I'm running out of time, so I got to speed this up here. Make sure it's easy. Make sure it's not complicated, because I can't spell. So if you give me a card that says, best marketing service on Facebook.com, dude, you ain't going to get me to get it because I can't type that quick on my big fingers. Now, free listings. Here's one that nobody ever uses, but I made thousands of dollars. Yelp, we already went over Yelp. It's free. Yelp is free. Yelp users aren't can kickers. They do buy. We went over that. Easy to get. We just went over Google. Guys, even if you're doing virtual, make sure you have a storefront. There's 4 types of mail addresses. Your house, which is the worst. A P.O. box, which is the second worst. Never use P.O. boxes because they're always going to ask you what's your mailing address. The third one is a UPS store or Mailbox USA or whatever they're called. That's still good. Better than your house. Better than a P.O. box because it's a street address and you can use it for Google. Google, you have to have a street address. All right? But obviously the best is a virtual mailbox because virtual mailbox, you're not virtual office like Regents or one of those places where they actually give you a desk. So somebody Googles and wants to check you out, we're there. Okay, if you need to contact me, it's easy, CoreyBcart.biz. We have everything. I got a podcast, I got YouTube, I got everything. And now, guys, here's the cool thing. We now have my new book, Perception. It's actually, you can get your first chapter for free. You just go 786-590-3804 for your first chapter. And you can also pre-order the 99-cent Kindle books. So I guess, how much more time? Am I? 3 minutes. All right. How did I do, everybody? Have any questions? Comments? Anybody have any questions? Well, I'm in the back over there. Guys, you can always call me, get a hold of me. I'm easygoing, right? Ori knows. Yes?
Let me tell you something. This is the first time he's ever been on the platform. Did he do a great job?
Here's my book. I'm over there. Any questions, comments? I am there. Thank you, guys.
Yes, you did.
I did. I'm like, sorry, but it was really in my phone.
Did I make everybody laugh when I did it?
It's okay.
Yes.
It's good. That's how it works, I mean, if you can't laugh at yourself, right?
Yeah, you got it.
Richard. Give it up for Richard. He's been here.
Thank you,
all
guys.
day.
Back tomorrow.